All right. Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. It's beautiful out there as we take a look at our sky cam and dim it. In fact, take a closer look. You can actually see a bit of the moon there off in the distance as sunset comes earlier. Yes, we're going into this time of year where our sunsets are inching ever closer. Yes, we turned back the clocks last night, but now we have a sunset of 5:51 p.m. So yes, we get to see the moon a little bit earlier than we have been accustomed to as we officially kind of settle into this fall season. Now, taking a look outdoors again, nothing but clear skies ahead. So, beautiful day out there overall. But now, as we take a look at our temperatures right now, we have a couple 80s on the map. We have gotten a lot warmer compared to yesterday. 83 over in Tucumcari, 77 here in Amarillo, 78 in Pampa and Clarendon, and 75 in Silverton at this hour. But again, compared to this time yesterday, we are much warmer, anywhere between 15 to 25 degrees warmer. And that warmer blend that we have been experiencing today won't end today. In fact, it'll last throughout much of this week. We'll have days that could be possibly record breaking in terms of our temperatures. I have a bit more on that coming up in just a little bit. But as we take a look at our water vapor and radar imagery, you can see that orange tinge hovering over much of the central and southern plains, all of that indicating a dry air mass that's dominating. So rain really has steered clear of the area. In fact, much of the precip is off to the east over places like Atlanta and the southeastern portions of South Carolina as well as North Carolina. They're getting into some rain, much needed rain actually for some of them. But here at home, we're dry and clear. And that'll stick around throughout much of this week. But before we get back to some warmer weather, we're going to cool down tonight. Temperatures not as cool as what we've been dealing with the last couple of nights with the 30s, but we'll be in the 40s, settling into the low to mid 40s across a wide swath of the area as we kick off the day Monday. Now, as we go throughout much of Monday, we'll warm up nicely, returning back up into the 70s by later in the afternoon. It's going to be beautiful out there. So, again, if you enjoyed today's weather, well, you're going to enjoy tomorrow. It's almost a copy and paste situation as we head into Monday. But let's time all this out as we take a look at our model. Again, tonight we'll dip down into the 40s as we start off the day Monday. As we go throughout the afternoon, under mostly sunny, if not sunny conditions, our temperatures will skyrocket into the mid 70s, maybe a couple 80s possible in select locations. We'll cool back down as we head into Tuesday morning. Temperatures expected to be in the 40s, but will warm up nicely as we head into Tuesday afternoon. Again, back up into the low to mid 80s as we get a surge of milder air off from the south and southwest. Now, taking a look at our next weather maker, it's going to be that area of high pressure that dominates for the first half of the week. However, all good things come to an end. As we head into later this week, we'll have a cold front move through portions of the area. Now, that will help usher in cooler air as we take a look at the weekend. But the damage will already be done in terms of the high pressure. And what I mean by that is taking a look at our drought monitor, which was issued on Thursday, we get to see that we have a larger swath of the area that's abnormally dry. But we also are starting to see development of moderate drought over portions of our southeastern counties. Now, that's of concern because over the next 6 to 10 days or so, we're not really expecting much in the way of precipitation. In fact, taking a look at the Climate Prediction Center, we can see they're not seeing really much in the way of rain. In fact, we have a 50% chance of seeing below normal precipitation. But again, that's going to be paired with a 70% chance of having temperatures above average. So yes, if you're looking for rain, you're not really expecting much, but we can see a bit of reprieve in terms of the warmer than average temperatures as we go into later this week. Now, taking a look at our 7-day tracker, we'll have a weak cold front move through overnight tonight, but that won't do much in terms of our temperatures. But what we will see, our temperatures skyrocket as we head into Tuesday with those highs back up into the mid and lower 80s. And we'll have kind of this teetering of temperatures in the 70s and 80s for a large swath of the week. But then we'll get a cold front that moves through Thursday night into Friday morning. And then that's when we get the northerly winds that kick in. And that's when we'll see our temperatures really start to sink. We'll spend much of the week above average, though, nonetheless. But it's not until we get into late next weekend that we'll see our temperatures slip below average. Yes. If I hope you all take advantage of the next several days with the milder conditions, and I hope to see you soon, as well as on our YouTube channel for updates in terms of weather, but also we have our 5:30 show tonight as well as our 10 p.m. show. All right. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.